Hello peeps and hello peppers. Today I was in my creative autism group again, and on the weekend I was in my amateur drama group. So actually I got some really interesting free things, both from the drama group and from the creative visit to the library. So I thought I'd make a video about some small things that sometimes are also given away or found at a flea market that many autistic people would use, as to my knowledge. Like, this will be a mix of stuff that I already had for a longer time and stuff that I just kind of randomly got. But like, now really the summer is gone. We have a lot of autumn storms. So, and whenever the summer becomes autumn and the kids are going back to school, I'm kind of having this melancholy feeling that we like soon it's going to be Christmas. And at least in German tradition there are some like scary looking but benign figurines like in the autumn that bring along gifts. So maybe this is a good input for some people who want to gift an autistic person something useful. Maybe we'll begin with this cap that my friend brought to me from a flea market. I am, of course, personally a little bit critical of like well-intending people giving me clothing without asking, but the point is the cap covers my ears. The cap is good for sound insulation. I also had a pair of gloves that actually transport impulses, so you can actually operate the phone with them. Like I think they're called touchscreen gloves. I found them at the flea market, and they were not that expensive, and I find them really cool. And I like the pattern, and they fit my drawing endeavors and how I want to dress according to my drawing endeavors and according to me being too much on the phone. But also, if you want to give people on the spectrum clothing, I personally think from experience it's a good idea to ask people what they need, and if they have any like sensitivities to any type of tissues or other structures in the clothing. Like, let's say I can, with a combination of autism and cerebral palsy, only wear like really particular types of shoes and boots. And I usually can't put my finger on it how these boots and shoes have to be. So one of my favorite gifts of many years was when a lady who was a trained physiotherapist who I was friends with actually said, okay, let's go shoe shopping. Let's buy you a pair of good shoes that you can have for many years. Interestingly, someone in my circle of friends once mentioned moon boots to me. I still don't know if that's a brand or if that's a type of boots. Anyway, I was kind of packed up in them as a kid when there was still somewhat more snow, and we often went to the Alps, and I kind of despised those boots. Sorry, this video is not sponsored by their respective boots, but like to me, like because they went sort of up to the knee and they had this really thick crackling material that looked like an astronaut's suit, hence the name. I found those horrible, but other people obviously also find them protective, like also other people on the spectrum. So it's good to have this conversation, what people would actually use in terms of clothing or self-insulation or something. Okay, the drama group wanted to throw out this beautiful bag. I love bags, and I love bags especially when they have extra extra openings in the inside so I can store the small stuff. And like at some point I tried to make an extra pocket out of an old sock for my painting bag. So yes, bags with self-made attachments that serve a concrete purpose are also a cool thing. And here, okay, this may not sound like a high-class Christmas gift, but my point is, I and people who function like me might have a lot of gain from a really stable food box. I mean, this contains soap for my swimming therapy, but and of course I know that the soap is in there, so I wouldn't display this box like to people who actually think the stuff is edible, because the soap sort of looks like marzipan or something. So yes, but actually such containers in the bag help me to like not have all slimy and sticky stuff in my hands when I don't need it. I don't know if you need my hand there, but I needed to change arms. Should have learned to operate the selfie stick. That was really also a nice, well-intended gift that I got as a surprise. Okay, here is a little. This is a post-it box that is a small typewriter. I find that so cute, and I wanted this to kind of emphasize many people on the autistic spectrum who I know use little things for marking. Like, that can be markers, that can be stickers, that can be post-its in any sort of packaging that people can handle. This little typewriter actually has an adhesive foot, so I can't knock it off the table. That's very well thought. Many autistic people who I know like sorting through things. So okay, I don't know who this Stephen Brown guy is. Actually, I found this this box that was a candy box in a flower shop, and I didn't even know if I liked the candy. But I had to have this box because like a little nice box for sorting items and for keeping all the small stuff that I would otherwise knock off the table, that is just gold. So, but of course, I also know that some people rather try to declutter than to get a hold of new things. So that's also good to discuss with people, like how do you sort, if at all, and what would help you. And actually, the candy ended up being very delicious. So I only kind of ate one per Sunday because it was like really posh fudge. And still, let's be careful with giving people unsolicited food items, because like some people don't like some consistencies, or even like can't process some consistencies. I see that a lot in the autism culture, that people have like extreme allergies. So with food, I would communicate. Like, let's say I still lovingly remember an old aunt, long deceased, who asked me, "Do you want a good bottle of wine?" And like, in the eyes of this old lady, this was something really precious. But here it gets problematic because let's say it depends very much on many small factors that I can't predict if I can drink alcohol. And I know that a lot of people in the autism culture sorely also have addiction problems. That doesn't go for everybody, of course, but like I've also seen a lot of YouTube videos and seen a lot of people face to face who basically drink to bracket out this sensory overload. So where was I? I know my camera angles are not the most skilled ones, but maybe that's the purpose of it all. Yeah, notebook. I would give almost any autistic person a notebook without hesitation, because many autistic people like documenting, basically having a catalog of what they like. I'm actually starting how to budget again, which leads me to the next topic. And now I'm hiding behind the hand because this is often an actually embarrassing topic to myself and some people that I know, that um, we don't really have a good imagination of what the things cost and what we need. So I put up here the piggy bank to say it's a nice gift to give people money for a purpose. Like, let's say as a teen, I found that often a little bit saddening when people gave me money for my birthday and said, buy what you want. But like, for instance, today I find that like awesome when people actually hand me a card uh, with a folded banknote and said, I've heard you need a da 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 da. Da. So can you use it towards that? Or also, like on the internet, there are often these discussions. Should you bring people something for the birthday anyway, or should you basically charge $5 admission for a birthday? I know that sounds absurd if I begin to talk about it, but let's say when I read this in the whole context, like let's say little Max didn't have a lot of friends, and little Max needed like a certain therapeutic bicycle or something of the type. Couldn't like the guests just contribute to that one bigger gift instead of buying a zillion things that would just lay around? And yeah, when I was at the library, they gave away free books that the people didn't sign out anymore. So this free book is a little bit bigger, so I can't lift it to the camera right now, but like it's an old fairy tale book. And I love old fairy tale books, so I mean, not everybody shares this special interest, and books are sometimes, like in a wider sense, ideologically laden. I must personally say that, like, people who give away religious books in the city, that let's say I have very mixed feelings about that. So like, let's say when I want to give people books for their birthdays, I would also kind of ask, have I forgotten anything in my small collection here? Yeah, stim toys. Where's the stim toy here? Like, I know stimming can be a lot of different things, but I actually really like this little whale because he's so soft and he's so cute, and I can squish him, and so yeah. And yeah, maybe it's also a little bit, it can be problematic if someone says all the time, shall I buy you this? Shall I buy you that? No, because there are so many different types I have to try that on. Like, let's say, don't randomly give me earbuds or something. See you.